When you see the backstory and the evidence to support this, ancient and modern,
the Uinta Basin in Utah is notorious for housing one of the world's most mysterious and eerie locations, the Skinwalker Ranch. This place has seen everything from UFO sightings to perplexing disappearances, making it a hub for paranormal activity. Recently, however, a surprising development has caught the attention of David Icke, leading him to unveil some astonishing revelations about the ranch. What has David Icke discovered, and why is it so significant? Let's delve into the details. The history of Skinwalker Ranch has deep roots in the cultural beliefs of the Ute Native Americans, who have inhabited the Uinta Basin for countless centuries. They regarded the land where Skinwalker Ranch now sits as cursed, believed to be inhabited by evil spirits with the ability to transform into animals. These evil spirits, called skinwalkers, were thought to possess the power to take over both humans and animals, causing harm to those in their vicinity. In the early 1900s, Skinwalker Ranch was owned by a family who reported witnessing unusual lights and objects in the sky. They also reported hearing eerie sounds and witnessing strange creatures wandering the property. Later, in the 1990s, billionaire Robert Bigelow acquired the ranch and transformed it into a research facility dedicated to the study of paranormal phenomena. However, the recent involvement of Utah's current Attorney General Sean Reyes in the investigation of mysterious events at Skinwalker Ranch during the 4th season of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch has ignited curiosity regarding any significant discoveries or breakthroughs that might have emerged from this enigmatic site. During the 4th episode of the show, Reyes made an appearance as a guest and expressed his willingness to investigate an unidentified aircraft that the cast suspected might be a Black Hawk military helicopter. This aircraft had seemingly been observing the team's latest experiment on the ranch. To enhance their investigation, the team invited David Mason, a researcher in Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, UAP. Mason's inclusion was based on his remarkable expertise, and the team believed he was an ideal candidate to assist with the new nighttime experiment they were eager to conduct. The reason they sought Mason's involvement was due to his development of a groundbreaking technology known as the triple spectrum lightwave transmitter. This device emits lasers both with infrared and ultraviolet wavelengths, which are invisible to the human eye, in addition to a visible laser. The team was enthusiastic about the promising data they had collected earlier and was eager to delve deeper into their investigation. They had taken the precaution of conducting a pre-flight check of the helicopter and deemed it safe to proceed with their experiment. Their aim was to fly over the triangular area at various altitudes ranging from 1,000 to 5,000 feet. During the flight, their plan was to release small weighted balls through the zone and observe any changes in the path or speed of descent, which might be influenced by unusual factors. Before commencing the experiment, they took care to activate the GPS tracker. Accurate GPS position data was of paramount importance for their investigation. They aimed to acquire this information for both phases of the experiment, which they believed would offer valuable insights. If their hypothesis regarding a space-time anomaly within the triangular region held true, the GPS data could potentially disclose the exact moments when the helicopter entered and exited this anomalous space during the experiment. The team successfully completed the initial series of ball drops from an altitude of approximately 1,000 feet above the triangle. Subsequently, they ascended to an altitude slightly above 5,000 feet to release 5 more balls, closely monitoring their behavior as they descended through the enigmatic zone. At this greater altitude, they encountered intriguing and unpredictable winds above the ranch that pulled the helicopter back towards the east. Following their earlier discovery of a 1.6 GHz signal, they were uncertain about what to anticipate upon entering the mile-high zone. However, when they reached this altitude, the helicopter experienced sudden strong gusts of wind. Exercising caution, they decided to proceed at a slower ascent rate as they approached the 10,000 feet mark above sea level. Despite their best efforts, every time they neared the triangular area, they were forcefully pushed away by winds with speeds ranging from 8 knots to 35 miles per hour. Regrettably, they lost their GPS positioning, raising concerns about their location. As the current altitude continued to drop after surpassing 9,400 feet above sea level, they made the tough decision to abort the mission in the interest of safety. During this period, they couldn't help but feel a sense of heightened curiosity due to the peculiar data they had collected, eagerly anticipating the revelations that it might hold. As you may recall, the team had attached a GPS locator and data locking device to the helicopter during its flight with the camera. They subsequently presented data illustrating the helicopter's flight path while they operated the camera. This data clearly outlined the route it had taken and the points it had reached. However, it became evident that certain inconsistencies existed within this data, despite its comprehensive nature. The team realized that the helicopter hadn't been maneuvered in the manner suggested by the data. Upon conducting a thorough analysis of the altitude difference between a specific point and the completion of the maneuver, they made an intriguing discovery. The figure was 666. It raised questions about whether any actions had been taken to execute this particular maneuver. Achieving such a figure would have required the helicopter to hover while ascending vertically, a type of ascent they consciously avoided due to safety concerns. It's important to highlight that the team had never engaged in any similar maneuvers, as they considered them unsafe and below the expected standards of their operation. Additionally, a video recording was made right at the location of the triangle. The video was captured from the ground and pointed upwards at the aircraft. The footage displayed some rather peculiar attributes. Here's what was happening. A filter had been applied to the video, and in the background there were circles that seemed to be following something in a manner akin to pursuit. This naturally raises the question, what was unfolding in this area? It's arguably one of the most significant occurrences witnessed while flying alongside the helicopter on Skinwalker Ranch. Furthermore, there's a photograph taken with excellent visibility that documents a close encounter with an unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, commonly known as a UFO, right beside the helicopter in broad daylight. This UAP had the appearance of a physical object with one side reflecting light, giving it the semblance of a metallic surface. A closer examination revealed that the UAP shared similar light-reflecting properties with the hovering helicopter. From a certain perspective, one could discern two hemispheres, possibly resembling orbits or distinct sections. This observation led the team to ponder whether someone or something is indeed monitoring their activities. So, is there something genuinely peculiar happening at the ranch? Well, according to David Icke, recent developments certainly suggest so. He noted that this paranormal hotspot has a reputation for various claims, ranging from flying saucers and mysterious lights to unexplained illnesses and shape-shifting creatures, among a host of other phenomena. In fact, it's become so renowned that several books have been penned about the property. But what's the origin of this patch of land in eastern Utah gaining worldwide notoriety, and how many of the strange stories associated with it should be taken seriously? Addressing the first question is straightforward, but the verdict on the validity of these peculiar tales is left for you to decide. The land's early history is deeply intertwined with its ominous name. While the land is traditionally associated with the Ute tribe, the term Skinwalker hails from Navajo legend, signifying by means of it, it goes on all fours. Within Navajo culture, skinwalkers are regarded as malevolent witches possessing the extraordinary power to transform into animals or humans. This legend remains somewhat enigmatic to those outside Navajo culture, yet the limited knowledge about it has been enough to give rise to a diverse array of chilling tales. One such story is interwoven with the Ute tribe. According to this legend, during a period of hostility between the Utes and Navajo, individuals from the Navajo community allegedly set loose skinwalkers to haunt their Ute adversaries, and it's said that these skinwalkers continue to roam the land even today. For some, the concept of shape-shifting witches in the contemporary Uinta Basin might be challenging to accept. However, the Sherman family, who acquired the ranch in 1994 with the simple intention of establishing a peaceful countryside residence, can attest to a series of eerie occurrences during their tenure on the ranch. Most notably, their experiences appeared to align with the description of a skinwalker, On one particular night, Terry Sherman was startled by a commotion outside and was astounded to encounter a wolf in his yard, one considerably larger than any he had ever encountered. In response, Terry retrieved his firearm from inside and fired multiple rounds at the wolf. However, the bullets seemingly had no effect whatsoever. Although the wolf eventually fled, its tracks vanished without a trace as Terry pursued it, as if it had dissolved into thin air. Could it have been an ancient skinwalker that frightened them that fateful night? One thing is clear, it was just one of many unsettling experiences the Shermans endured during their stay. Throughout their years on the ranch, they documented sightings of various flashing lights and unexplained objects in the sky, discovered strange circles in their fields, heard mysterious voices seemingly emanating from above, and encountered numerous instances of cattle mutilations. In a departure from typical scripts of horror films, the Shermans opted to part with the property before matters worsened. They decided to sell the ranch in 1996, a mere 2 years after they had initially purchased it. The individuals residing in the vicinity of Skinwalker Ranch may have recounted somewhat varying tales over the years, yet they share a fundamental element that's hard to ignore: an unwavering belief that what they've witnessed is genuinely inexplicable. This conviction is widely shared by many in the region. What do you think might be the true nature of the phenomena occurring at Skinwalker Ranch? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below.